Tonight at 11, CMPD's chief is blasting the courts after a paramedic accused of violating a teen patient while on a medical call bonds out in less than an hour. We told you this evening, 31-year-old paramedic Akingbiwaju Joseph Opadele is accused of sexually assaulting a 17-year-old in the back of an ambulance. Well, police say the teen was getting transported from Fort Mill Emergency to Atrium, Maine at the time.
WCNC Charlotte's Julia Kaufman is in Fort Mill to explain why police are calling this case particularly disturbing and why the chief says the bond system went too easy on the suspect.
Police are calling it a deplorable violation of trust. A Fort Mill paramedic accused of sexually assaulting a 17-year-old when she was vulnerable and needed help.
To be taken advantage of in this sense is unthinkable to me.
Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police arrested Akingbiwaju Joseph Opadele about a month and a half after they say he attacked a minor while they were alone in an ambulance on the way to Atrium Health. The victim was, quote, experiencing a medical episode, but coherent enough to report the assault to hospital staff when they arrived.
This case is particularly disturbing, given that it involves a person in a position of medical authority preying upon a patient while suffering a medical episode.
Investigators say they had to wait for the results of the victim's sexual assault kit to arrest Opadele because he wouldn't speak with police.
We will always prioritize patient safety.
Fort Mill EMS Chief Tim McMichael says the suspect was put on administrative leave as soon as the incident happened. And this is the first time they've had criminal accusations against an employee while on the job. With this case, CMPD is once again raising concern over the bond system. Opadele was able to bond out 37 minutes after he was booked. The chief says this sends a bad message and puts potentially dangerous people out in public.
What kind of message are we sending to our victims, our most vulnerable people?
Chief Jennings says he's working with officials to draft legislation that would change how bonds are granted to prevent suspects from getting out so quickly. In Fort Mill, Julia Kaufman, WCNC Charlotte.